Hello everyone, this is Gary. I'm the International Trade Manager from Incoterms. Welcome to our Incoterms Academic. Right now, you see this is International Trade Basic Knowledge series. In this series, we will discuss the international trade rule, payments, transportation, organization, certification, and country situation. I hope this knowledge can help you building your own advantage and doing success in the international trade business. If you have any question related to those issues, you can leave a comment or go to our website to send a message to me. I also have a live broadcast in Facebook and YouTube. If you like our content, please click and subscribe our channel. Incoterms are international trade rules that indicate the share of the cost and the responsibility between the buyer and the seller. From the beginning of 2020, the updated Incoterms 2020 rule will come into force. One of the rules is CPT, which means Carriage Paid To. So, what's the CPT and how to work this rule? As usual, we will discuss CPT from the cost, obligation, deliver, insurance, and final with the conclusion to understand this term. Okay, let's start our CPT. In cost sections, so at first we'll talk about the seller's cost. What kind of cost seller needed to pay? Now, 1. The seller takes all costs related to the goods and their transport until delivered to the carrier. 2. The seller takes a loading cost to the carrier and the possible unloading costs. 3. The seller takes costs for providing the seller with the documents stating the goods have been delivered. 4. The seller also takes transit costs from the buyer account and the cost for export clearance. 5. The seller takes costs incurred by the buyer related to the export formalities. Let's say the buyer takes cost. The buyer takes cost number 1. The buyer takes all costs related to the goods and their transport from the moment they will hand over to the carrier and execute the seller's obligation. 2. The buyer takes the transit cost, executing the seller's obligation stated in the contract of carriage. 3. The buyer takes unloading cost unless it is seller's obligation stated in the contract of carriage. 4. The buyer takes the import clearance and the transit costs. 5. The buyer also needs to take the possible costs incurred by the seller related to import formalities. So that's the cost from the seller and the buyer. So, what are the seller's obligations? Number 1. The seller provides a commercial invoice and another requirement documents in the paper or electronic form. 2. Seller is responsible for delivery of goods to the carrier and the place for delivery on an agreed date or within an agreed period. 3. Seller is responsible for damage or losing of goods until they are handed over to the carriage and the length of the point or within the specified time. 4. Seller have to contract or organize the transport of goods to the name of a place. If such a place does not exist, the seller can be chosen the point that be best suit this purpose. 5. One of the seller's obligations is operating according to all transport-related security requirements for transport to the destination. 6. Seller have to carry out and pay for the export clearance as well as assist the buyer with import clearance. 7. Seller counts and weight goods. If required, the seller must package the goods and at its own expenses. 8. Seller inform the buyer about the delivered goods to the carrier and provide the buyer with the documents authority to the buyer to take over the goods. 9. The seller is not obliged to make a contract for insurance, but must provide information for this purpose at the buyer's request. So this is 9 points for seller's obligation. How about the buyer's obligation? Okay. The buyer's obligation. 1. Buyer take up the delivery of the goods. 2. Buyer take responsibility for the damage or loss for goods from the time they have been handed over to the carrier. 3. Buyer accept documents provided by the seller. 4. Buyer have to carry out and pay for the import clearance as well as assist the seller with export clearance. 5. Buyer need to inform the seller about the place and the date for delivery. 6. The buyer is not obliged to make a contract for carriage and insurance. So you can say this is obligation from the seller to the buyer. About the delivery of the goods, insurance and the transport issue for this CPT. Okay, if the CPT Incoterms rules is applied, the seller must contract for the carriage for the goods and hand them over to the carrier. And at this point, the risk passes to the buyer. The involved parties are not required to make a contract for insurance, but it is recommended. Okay, CPT Incoterms can be used for any model for transport, as well as multimodal transport. Compared with the EXW, with the CPT rules, the seller and his expenses and the require of the buyer provide him with the transport documents, and the buyer is not obliged to contract for the carriage for the goods. Unlike as it is stated in the rule CPT, we will discuss this rule later. The buyer does not have to provide the information and the documents needed for obtaining insurance if at the request of the sellers. Okay. In comparison with the Incoterms 2010 CPT, from 2020, the seller is not obliged to provide the information at the buyer's request for obtaining insurance. So that's the work content for CPT. The next time we will talk about the CIP, the second rule for C group. We will discuss the C group from the CPT, CIP, CFR, and end with CIF. And at this end, I also have to say, if you have any suggestion or question, please leave your comment under this video, and please subscribe our channel. Move your finger to support us. Let us do more useful video to help you grow in international trade business. And all this content, text content, you can find it in our website. Thanks for your watching and see you next time. Do not forget to subscribe. Okay.